Appearance on Dion's Daily Dose does not imply endorsement from or by any candidate or guest. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed by Dion Bergeron or Dion's Daily Dose are his own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of any guest. Material and information presented is for general information purposes only. The Dion's Daily Dose name in all forms and abbreviations are the property of its owners, and its use does not imply endorsement of or opposition to any specific organization, product, or service. If you'd like to support the show, please visit our Patreon at patreon.com/Dion's Daily Dose.
All right. Hello. Hi. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dion's Daily Dose for Thursday, July 9th. I got started a little late today because I had a very, very important interview today that I messed up. All the details are not important, but let's just say that I had an interview scheduled, right, for a committee that was going to determine whether or not they were going to endorse me for state rep. I had everything lined up. I had the time blocked off. I had everything perfect, right? I go to log in because it was on Zoom. I log in on Zoom, click the button. I'm sitting there. I'm waiting, good to go. And it cycles, right? Let into the meeting. There's like the loading screen. And then it goes back to the meeting will start soon. Please be patient. So I wait and I wait and I wait for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, what is going on here? So like, okay, my camera's on. Everything's good. My Zoom's all good to go. Everything works. It let me in initially, but then it kicked me back out. What's the deal? So I go back and I look through the email, right, that set this whole thing up. And I'm like, what did I miss? The time, I'm looking at the time. I go over it several times. I'm like, yeah, that lines up. Yes, that lines up. Everything's right. And then I scroll up and I see one little word, Eastern time. Now, when I set up the invite, because the invite came in, right? It's a Zoom invite. You click on it. It sets it up for your calendar. I did not double check that it was the right time according to them. I guess I kind of assumed with today's automation that it would set up everything. So I've been focused on that time that was set up. And it's completely my bad. I messed up. So I emailed them. I apologized profusely. I told them what happened, how I did it. Hey, Jack. And man, so dumb. And I know things like this are bound to happen, but I'm really, I'm incredibly disappointed because this was a big deal to me. This particular one was a very big deal. When and if, because I'm sure they're going to tell me and be like, sorry about your luck, homie. And I get it. If that's the case, then I'll basically craft them a video and send it to them. And hopefully they'll get a chance to look at it. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for joining us. It has been a crazy few days. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Shannon, I'm right there with you. I'm so incredibly upset by this. I've been poring over documents relating to this for hours today, making sure that I knew all the ins and outs, making sure that I was up to speed. Those people who are involved with the campaign, they know that I've been taking this very, very seriously. I researched tons of stuff. I can quote facts and figures for it because I guess that's my thing. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. But let's move on. So I'm gonna tell you guys about my truck. just because it's one more thing. I dropped it off at the shop today. They're going to get to it first thing in the morning. I'm going to give you a breakdown on it because that's what I feel like talking about right now because it's just one more infuriating thing. So I drive a GMC Terrain, right? You can't get an all made in America vehicle anymore. It is just not possible. Remember Saturn, they're gone. There's no such thing as, created, crafted completely in America with no outside parts. So GMC is about the best I can do. That said, uh, GMC Terrain, I like the truck. It's a decent vehicle. I call it a truck. It's an SUV. I've been called on this before. People don't like the fact that I call it a truck. It's my vehicle. I'll call it what I want. Um, Plus, truck just sounds so much better than oversized station wagon or weird mom car. Uh, I like SUVs. I like the Terrain because it's comfortable. It's got a decent infotainment system in it. Anyway, when you get in, right, when you start it up, it gives this ding, 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 and it says service airbag soon, right? Now, according to the shop that I normally go to, they're like, yeah, it happens a lot on these. It's usually a corroded sensor. They're all over. There's tons of these sensors in it, like underneath the seats and in the door and front end, rear end, whatever. So I'm like, okay, I took it into the shop. I'm like, yeah, go ahead and take care of that because it's really getting on my nerves. If it, Here's one of the things that I don't get about these vehicles, right? The new computerized everything. If it just went off when you started the vehicle, ding, 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 get this fixed. Okay, all right, yeah, I get it. Thank you. This thing goes off every few minutes, like anywhere from a minute and a half to sometimes like shorter than that. It goes off then, and then it goes off a few minutes later. Anywhere from a minute and a half, like I said, to sometimes 5 minutes. Sometimes it'll be fine for an hour, right? But every time now when you start the truck, it'll ding. Okay. And then you'll say, okay, clear, right? Clear it out. And then it'll ding again in just a matter of minutes. So I took it to the shop. They're like, it's popping hard codes, right? That means you got to take it to the dealer. Then why am I taking it here if you can't fix what's wrong with it? Whatever. I'll take it to the dealer. So they tell me, okay, so we went through the whole thing and it's either this module, right? Or we have to replace the whole airbag assembly in the steering wheel. What? So either this part or this much, much more expensive part. I said, well, I'm gonna save you time. If it's not this part, if it's not the first part, don't even worry about it. Well, we have to order that part. Great. So drop my truck off at the shop and they are supposed to try to fix that part tomorrow. I told them, I'm like, look, if you replace that part and it doesn't change anything, it doesn't fix anything, put the old one back on there because there's no sense in paying. And the module, right? $300 for this stupid module, whatever it is, and then $1,100 for the steering wheel assembly airbag thing. I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen. So I'm going to find out if there's a way. If this doesn't fix it, right, then I'm going to find out a way to make the thing stop dinging. They won't do it. I asked them, and I get it. It's safety related and all that stuff. I'm sure they can do it. They just won't. Uh, so it's been that kind of a few days. I'm also trying to get polos for the campaign. Does anybody know how to digitize a logo? Apparently, there's a one-time charge for it. If I have them do it, if it's something, I don't know how hard it is to take a logo and digitize it. I don't even know really what that is. I'm just going to be honest. I know what digitizing something is, but if it's already in JPEG or PNG format, isn't it already digitized? I don't know. Like I said, I that part I don't know what that means. So if anybody knows how to digitize a logo, let me know. I also need to get like a square style logo. Let me see actually if I can put. Let me see if I can add the logo. I'll show you guys. It's really sweet. Uh, yeah, I think I could do this. Let's see. This should be. Let's see if it looks. See if it looks okay. I don't know which one it is. Boom. Okay. All right. Yeah. You can see it up there in the upper right. It used to be this. Now it's this. Personally, I think this looks really, really good. Uh, but I need like a square one, right? So, oh, is it easy? Jack says it's easy. Okay. I could send you the things or send me a link or how to do it. I'm still really, really mad that somehow it I missed this, man. I'm so mad. This was important. This was a big deal. I checked the time multiple times to make sure that I had it. I somehow missed that. That is possible. They might mean vectorize. They just said digitize. So maybe I could send it to you and you can try it. Uh, Save me some cash. I do want to get a few polos though. I'm looking at different designs. With this particular color, right, we have the red and then the dark blue. I'm wondering if it would show up well on like a gray, because obviously if I get like a dark blue shirt, the Dion and the lighthouse is going to get completely lost. I don't want to get white because me and white just they don't get along. Okay, I'll ask them. I'll ask them. Jack says just email them. I will. I'll find out if they mean vectorize or something else. That's probably what they're talking about. Uh, so I'm going to show you. Show you something. I'm thinking about the different colors that would be good um, for this shirt because I thought about going right. I got to start knocking doors, right? Going out, meet the people, all that things that I wanted to do, but couldn't before. Now apparently it's okay to do that. So all right, cool, go out. Uh, Going out in a suit and tie. First of all, freaking degrees. Second of all, people tend to not answer the door to people in suit and ties. Um, and I've been told I knock like a cop. I don't know what that means, but I don't knock like that. Uh, anyway, and then plus, I guess I look like a detective or something. I don't know, but I'm trying to get some polos with the logo right on them that'll look nice and obviously separates me from say Jehovah's Witnesses or other people that people may not want to open the door for. Uh, maybe they'll see that and know I'm not a salesman. So does anybody know if they have a no soliciting sign? Does that include political, or is that just trying to sell them something? Because technically, I guess I am trying to sell them something for money. I don't know. It's an interesting question. I don't know. I did door to door sales for a little bit. It was not my it was not my career choice, not my favorite thing to do, but I was okay at it. Back in oh boy, when that was, let's see, it would have been like the late '90s. Uh, there's a pickup truck, right? Freezer, and there's meat in the freezer, and it's like Omaha steaks, but not that brand. Uh, Steaks and chops and meats and all that, and it was miserable. It was absolutely miserable. But that's been my week. Tomorrow, I'm looking forward to the good or bad news on my vehicle, and I'll be able to find out what happens from there. I'm really, really hoping that this part just fixes it it's good to go. It stops chiming and beeping at me and going off every minute and a half, and then I will be a very happy camper. Uh, Even right at this point, given what the annoyance factor of this thing is, uh, obviously I don't want to spend that much, but I'm already halfway in it. So, uh, and why is it $150 to diagnose a problem? Like, I thought that's what the computer did. You plug the computer in and it tells you what's wrong. Apparently, that's not all that's involved. Apparently, there's this big long checklist they have to go down. I don't know. It just seems ridiculous to me. Now, the good news though is I am now in compliance with the new state hands-free law, because one of the things that was messed up on my truck was the like OnStar microphone for the phone, and my compass didn't work. All three of those things went out at the same time. I thought it was a fuse. Nope. They unplugged it and plugged it back in. That was what they did. They ran the codes, unplugged it, and plugged it back in. $150 for that. But it works. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Again, I'm going to keep this video short. I am in a bad mood. I'm so upset with myself. So like I said, thanks for coming out, and Jack, I'll find out what they mean by digitize, if they mean vectorize, and if it is vectorize. If it's easy, then yay. So talk to everyone soon. God bless you. God bless Indiana, and God bless the USA.
If you'd like to support the show, please visit our Patreon at patreon.com/Dion's Daily Dose. This has been Dion's Daily Dose, hosted by Dion Bergeron. Executive producers Sean Holgram and Michael Beebe. Copyright 2020. Dion's Daily Dose, all rights reserved.